Hey guys, it's Ben, welcome to Core Cross Fitness. So today we're going to be doing our lower body using the resistance bands. I've got 10 exercises for you over 2 rounds. We're going to be doing 15 reps of each exercise. These exercises are going to take you through different planes of motion, so we'll be looking at extension, flexion, abduction and adduction at the hip, and we're going to finish up with an isometric exercise with an active leg raise, engaging our core as well. So it's a really good all-round lower body workout. All you're going to need is your resistance bands. I'm going to predominantly use my thicker band for this workout, but I do have my thinner bands as well for exercises where they're a little bit more isolating. I'm going to be tethering my band to the door frame using one of these door anchors. If you haven't got one of these, then just find an appropriate, your sofa, a heavy table or your bed, whatever you've got that's strong enough to take the tension of your band. So first things first, let's find an appropriate place to put our band where we know it's safe. And the first 2 exercises, or 3 exercises, we're going to do down on the ground. So we're going to get some warmth in our hips, so we're going to get some hip flexors fired up. So what I want you to do is lay down on your back. So keep a little bend in the leg you're not working on. Hip flexor is in here, so hip flexion is the movement of lifting your hip up and creating flexion at the pelvis. So what we want to do is to put the band around just below our knee. Make sure that your pelvis is neutral, your spine is protected, you're engaging your core. Make sure that before you start this exercise, you've already got tension in the band. Lift up your foot. We want to keep this tension in throughout the exercise. So let's go for 15. So pulling through, hold it, and back, keeping that tension, and then back up again. So you should be feeling this in your hip flexor, not in your lower back. If you're feeling it in your lower back, you've got too much of an arch in your back. So flatten your spine a little bit by engaging your core, just pulling on through, that's it. And keep that engaged the whole time. Keep the tension in the band. Remember, when you go for the release the exercise, do it nice and slow and controlled. Last one, hold it and slowly back. Swap over to your other leg, same again. Foot planted to the ground, pelvis neutral. Put the tension in the band, tense your abs, pull through and keep the tension in the band on the way back. Remember, keep your pelvis neutral, protect that back, engage your core. Last one, hold it, and relax. That's good too. We're going to remain on the floor. We're going to have minimal break between these exercises. Let's just go straight into it. So now we're going to do a kickback with a little raise at the end to isolate our glute. Remember, when you do this exercise, try and keep a neutral spine and keep your head nice and straight. Try not to arch your back too much. So just put that round your foot in a comfortable position. Put your knee between the band if you can. So in an all-four position. So you're going to be pushing through and a little lift at the end and then slowly back down. We're going to go for 15 of these. Push through, up. Don't go too high and arch your back. That little isolation into the glute at the end, so push through, lift, hold, down. Make sure your core is engaged, protect your back. Should be feeling this isolating into your glute at the end. Last one, and back. I sometimes lose count when I'm talking and counting at the same time, so excuse me if I do one too many or not one enough. Same again, so we're pushing through, up, and nice and controlled back down. I can manage to keep my knee between the band. It saves me getting distracted by it flicking over my knee. Can really feel my abs firing as well to keep my back nice and protected. If you need to stop, reposition to get that form back, that's fine. You might feel this in your hamstring as well, it's good. Last one. Excellent. Okay, so for our next one, we're going to do hip extensions. So you need to untether your band for this one. So what we're going to do, stay on the ground. You're going to take the ends of your band over your feet. Lift the rest of the band up. So we're going to do a hip extension. Remember, we do a hip extension when the leg comes up. You want your lower leg as vertical as you can, but we have to tweak it a little bit just to keep the band down. So you might have to put your feet out a bit more. We keep our pelvis in neutral alignment and we don't arch our back. So when we come up, we should be nice and straight. Let's push through 15 of these, squeezing our glute, nice and straight. Make sure you're staying nice and straight. So last one coming up, push through and hold. Feel that glute activation and slowly release. Excellent. So now we go up onto our feet. So we're going to do a single leg Romanian deadlift. So what I want you to do, put the band over the back of your neck. So we're going to do this movement here where we got one leg down, we just come forward and back up like that. So put the band under your foot. So the band's going to be pulling you down, and obviously you're going to be wanting to resist back the other way. This is hamstring and glute activation. So little bend in the knee. You can put something down on the ground to help you focus. Just concentrate on one spot. Then we bend through. So you should be feeling this in your hamstring and your glute. Remember, keep a little bend in your knee. (14) and last one. So swap feet. See, I losing balance because you take your eye off your point of fixing your point on. It puts you off balance. So, sorry, is this getting my mic there? Right, so again, little bend in the knee, get your balance point, lean forward, feel it pulling through your hamstring and your glute, and back up again. Obviously, the further forward you go, the bigger the stretch, the better the exercise. So one more, let's do one more after this. All the way up, lovely. So we're now going to go into a normal Romanian deadlift. So I'll do it on the side so you can see the form. So put the band under your feet. So you've got almost like two handles like this coming out the side, feet shoulder width apart. So stand up. So what we're going to do, same again but with both feet on the ground, we're going to be letting our bottom slide backwards, keeping neutral spine. We're not going to be bending our knees like a deadlift, keeping a little bend in our knee, bum slides back, feel that stretch in your hamstring and your glute, and then push back through again. Let's go for 15, protect your back, make sure you're not bending at the lower back, let your bum slide back, and push your pelvis through. You should just be feeling this in your glutes and your hamstring. Last one, up. Excellent. So now we're going to move into a squat. So it's up to you how you want to do this. You can do it over the back of your neck and hold it like this when you're squatting. I personally prefer to have it in the front of me because it helps keep my back more upright. I'm more focused on keeping my torso up. So stand on your band. Again, like I said, put it at the front or the back, whatever you want. I like it at the front. So feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width for me. We're just going to squat down, so sit back, And push up through your glutes. Don't bend forward. Keep your knees nice and strong. Just go as low as you can go with what's comfortable for your body. One more after this, down, push up through, that's your 15. Excellent, like I said, I just prefer to do that at the front. If I do on the back, I can sometimes be guilty of this sort of posture, whereas when I have it at the front, I tend to stay more upright and it just works for me. So you've got to adapt the exercise for how it works for you. Okay, next, we're going to do a reverse lunge. So put the band over the back of your neck. Leading foot, the front foot, takes the band. I just want you to step back, not too far. We're just going to stay in that position, do 15 lunges. So we're going to keep a nice tight posture. We're going to come down. And when we come down, you really want your front leg straight and your hip straight. And you're pushing through your glute and your thigh. So just go for 15 on the left. Nice and upright. Last one, push through and up. Straight away, swap over to your other leg. So you should be feeling this in your thigh and your glute. Again, go down, check where your posture's right. If you're happy with that, move your feet a bit. Once you're happy, push on through. Last one, excellent. Oh, feeling that now. So where are we at now? So lateral squat. This is always fun. So if you've got a lighter band, you might want to take that. I'm going to stick with this heavier band. So lateral squat, we're going to take a wide stance. And we're going to come down side to side. So take your band. Might find it easier actually positioning your feet first. Then put this over your back. I find it easier trying to get my knees behind the band. I was just trying to see the difference between putting it at the back or the front. I think it's better at the back. What I want you to try and do is when you come down, try and hook your knee around the back of the band. So you're coming down and across. Try and do this each time like that, just to help get your knee in the position it needs to be in. Let's go for 15. Try and keep your torso as upright as you can and sit back as much as you can. So one more. It's quite difficult, that one, but if you can get your knees behind the band, when you're doing a lateral squat, you don't want your knees to be coming in. They need to be tracking in the same direction that your foot's pointing. So by trying to get them behind the band, it's trying to help maintain that form. Right, so we're going to do a hamstring curl, a laying hamstring curl. So find something to tether your band to. I'm going to use a lighter band just because I want to make sure that I get my form right. If you're strong enough, use a heavier band, that's fine. We do single leg, 15 on each side. So lay yourself down, get some tension in the band. So I like to hold the muscle that's working, just to get that mind muscle connection. So you're going to squeeze that through, tense at the top, slowly back down. And hold your leg while you're doing it. Feel your hamstrings contracting. Nice hold at the top on this. That hold at the top really fatigues the muscle. 2 more. And last one. Nice big hold. Squeeze that hamstring. Slowly release. Excellent. So then swap legs. Again, hold your muscle. Show yourself what you're working. I could have probably used a stiffer band on this one. In round 2 we'll use a stronger band, I think. So again, as you go through your workout, you'll learn where your strengths and weaknesses are. You can adapt the bands accordingly. So last one, hold it and release. Excellent. So our last exercise we don't need a band for. So what we're going to do is an isometric hold with a lateral leg raise. So make sure that you've got something padded that your elbow sits on. We're going to go into a lateral position. Make sure your shoulder is over your elbow. So what I want you to do is raise up. Keep this locked in, and then you're going to lift through for 15, like this. If you need to support yourself, if you're new to this, try and stay up, but you can hold there, lift up like this as well. So let's go for 15. Try not to support yourself if you can. So up, let's go. Excellent. 15. I cannot talk while I'm doing that, I'm sorry. That's a really hard one. Whose idea was it to put this in? Right, so I have to admit this is my weakest area, my lateral, my glute medius is an area I really need to work on. This is our stabiliser when we're walking. So it's good to have these nice and strong and create stability in the pelvis. So lift up again. If you need to, support yourself. 15 on this side. Last one, and we're done. Excellent, that's round one done. Ow. Grab yourself a drink. I'm going to swap my bands over, ready for round two. And we're going to do it all over again. This time we know what we're doing, so we're going to do it even better. We're nice and warmed up now, nice and hot. Muscle groups are woken up. Heart rate should be up. You should be feeling good. Because remember, when we're working out, we have to enjoy it. It's about enjoying your workouts as well. I know it's painful, but it's fun. And this is what we're doing it for. We're enjoying ourselves. So, straight into it. Let's hit round two. Back down on the floor. We're going to do our hip flexors. Remember last time, pelvis neutral. This time we'll whiz through it a little bit quicker, a bit more intense. Support that leg like that. Tension in the band, 15. Remember, feeling it here, not in your back. If it's in your back, pelvis more neutral. Abs engaged. Last one. Excellent. Swap legs. Straight into it. Neutral pelvis. Abs engaged. Two more, nearly there. Last one, hold it and release. So just a quick side note on this. The reason our hip flexors are so important, especially our iliocostalis muscle that connects to the top of our hip, it goes through our pelvis and it attaches to your lumbar vertebrae, so the bottom part of your spine. So if you've got weak or tight hip flexors, it can be one of the causes of lower back pain. So it's a good muscle to make sure that you stretch if you do suffer with lower back pain. There's also some evidence now that a weak hip flexor can cause lower back pain as well. So really good exercise. I know it doesn't seem like we're doing much, but it's a really key exercise because your iliocostalis connects your lower body to your upper body. It's a very important muscle, but it's also a leading cause of lower back pain. So really good exercise to do. Okay, so now we're going to do our kickbacks, little glute raise at the end. On all fours, neutral spine, abs engaged, pushing on through, up, and then back. It's too easy to arch your back at the end. Try not to, it's just a small movement. We arch our back to try and create more movement and get our leg higher, but we don't need to. Last one. Okay, swap legs. Push through, lift up, control it as best you can. Reposition that. Last 5. Last 1. Awesome. It's a bit tricky, that one. You do find the band gets caught up a bit in your legs, but persevere with it. Okay, so now we're going to do our hip extensions. So end of the band and the bottoms of your feet. Over your knees. So remember, neutral pelvis. When we come up, we want to be nice and flat, pushing through our glutes. Make sure your abs are engaged, glutes are squeezing, nice and flat. Let's just do one more. Excellent work. So like I said before, we can't always stick to perfect form when you're using your resistance bands. Sometimes you've got to modify the movement a little bit just to accommodate for the band. So now we're going to do a single leg Romanian deadlift. So band over your neck, take it under your foot, find your point of focus, keep your posture as straight as you can, and just lean forward, feel it in your hamstring and your glute, and back up. I have to adjust my band, it's affecting my balance. Feel that through your glute, and your hamstring should be getting tired. Maintain that form. Swap legs. It's quite hard exercises because you've got to, not only you exercising, but you have to balance, think about lots of muscles activating all at the right time. Keep persevering with this. Probably find your legs are burning quite a lot right now, but this is what it's all about. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Nice and slow. Oh, lost my balance there. Excellent work. So let's go into our double leg Romanian deadlift, or a normal Romanian deadlift. Remember, when we do this, I'm going to do this at a bit of an angle for you. Feet shoulder width apart. So we're not doing a deadlift, we're doing a slight bend in the knee, bum slides back, feel the stretch in your hamstring and glute, and push up back through. Keep your spine as neutral as you can. So last one. Excellent. So hopefully your legs are feeling this now. We're going to go into a squat. I'm going to do a front squat. Remember, you can put the band behind your neck if you want. Feet just over shoulder width apart. Okay, make sure your glutes and your core are engaged. Keep your torso as upright as you can. Just sink back into your heels. Push up. Don't let your knees come in. Last one. Push up through. Excellent work. So, lunge next. Keep on trucking with this. Let's not stop. Straight into it. Back into our comfort position. Try and get your legs at 90 degrees. Okay, 15. Last one. Straight over into our other leg. Make sure our position is right, we're happy with that, and we start. We're driving through our glute and our thigh. Last one. Excellent. Ow. Oh, that's burning. I hope you're in as much pain as I am. So let's go into our lateral squat. Band around the back of your neck. Actually, sorry, let's do our feet position first. Wide stance first, then we'll put it over the back of our neck. Okay, so remember, we're going to sit back on our heels, try and get your knee to sit back behind the band, like that. Two more. And last one. So, we're going to go into our hamstring curls now. This time I use my stronger band. This is one more exercise after this and we're done. So, lay down on the floor, bit of tension in the band, feel that muscle you're working. Last one. And swap legs. Three more. Keep it going. Should be feeling that hamstring burning now. Last one. Really notice the difference with the thicker band on that one. Almost need one between the thinner one and the thicker one, but really, really good. So now we're going to go into our isometric active lateral leg raise. So we come up, 15, and then we're done. And swap to the other side. Remember, if you need to support yourself. It's not a problem doing this. And there we go. Last exercise. Excellent work. So here we are, guys. Lower body workout using our resistance bands. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm really feeling it. Remember, sometimes we've got to tweak our exercises to accommodate using the resistance bands because we haven't always got the equipment, the space, or the tether points available to us. That's fine to do that. That's what we've done today. I just wanted to give you some ideas of how versatile they can be and how we can work our whole body out using the resistance bands. They're absolutely excellent piece of kit. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop me some comments, let me know how you got on. Remember, drink lots of water, stay hydrated, eat clean. I'll see you on the next one.